opportunity, and I know the kids are really excited. We just put over 140 people on stage and ran a piece, and it went really, really well. So I'm just really excited to be able to put on this program. This is the Bloomfield High School Concert Band. We are going to play a couple of tunes for you. This first one is a piece by Stephen Reinecke called The Witch and the Saint, and then we'll go to a piece by Mozart after that. We'll take a kind of a brief pause and then have the educators come up on stage and play a program, and then we'll do a big combined piece at the end. So thank you so much for being here tonight. This is the Bloomfield High School Concert Band, and again, my name is Scott Hoffman, and we're really excited to play for you tonight. Thank you. is mostly just to give the percussion time to set up, so I stall a little bit. But this next piece it's one of my favorites, actually. So way back when, I think in the program it says that this group was formed in 2013. And I think I must have been a member, maybe that next year I think I joined in 2014. In 2015, we hosted the Music Educators Wind Ensemble here in Bloomfield. It's before we did combined pieces, but this was one of the pieces we played in February of 2015, Mozart's Il Re Pastorale. It's just such a great piece, and we've had a lot of fun working on this. And I'm glad that I was able to kind of pull it out again. So we have a lot of percussionists in the band, so I tend to avoid pieces that don't have a lot of percussion, but this was just too good to not do again, so I'm sorry, guys. There's just only so many parts to go around, but they're okay with it. They'll be okay. You know, they get to stand for a little bit or sit down or whatever. So, but we hope you enjoy this next piece, and then, like I said, we'll do a quick transition to the educator group. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. That was a subtle opener for you. By the way, we heard from two Scotts on that one. We heard Scott on alto saxophone and the Scott that you know on trombone, by the way. That was Scott back there playing the trombone solo. How about a big hand for the Bloomfield High School Concert Band with Scott as their director. Fantastic job. You guys were wonderful. So great to hear you, and there was so much attention to musicianship. It was really, really a pleasure to listen to you. We're psyched to be able to do a combined piece at the end and have Scott Hoffman conduct that. So that was Two-Lane Blacktop by a composer named James David. Amazing writer, and I've been following his stuff over the years. We tried to do a lot of new music with this ensemble, and the next three pieces were all written by people that were very young when they wrote them. I want to introduce this first piece. It's called The Discovery of Scat, and what it's about is imitating a scat singer with your instruments, and a scat singer's job is to imitate instruments. So it's an imitation of swing playing and swing singing. It was written by a really great friend of mine named Dave DiGiacomo when he was a senior at Williamsville East High School in 2001, and the piece hasn't been played since then. He wrote it as a senior for his high school band. They premiered it, and then I think it sat on a shelf. And a dear friend of mine, Dr. Stephen Schuin, who was his band director, said, sometime you got to check out this piece that Dave did. We both knew Dave because he came to Eastman, and I worked with him in some summer programs. He's a fellow saxophone player, and we trade a lot of saxophone stories with his brother, Michael, who's here, and his family. His family came too. So they live in the Buffalo area, and he made a special trip to get here to listen to this. So we performed it the other day with the University of Rochester Wind Symphony, and this is the second in the series of rediscoveries of scat. And we're just delighted to play this piece. So enjoy a piece, again, written by somebody who was 18, maybe 17 or 18 when he wrote it. It sat unplayed for a long, long time, and we're going to bring it back and get it back into the world of playing. So this is The Discovery of Scat by David DiGiacomo. Gonna have Dave DiGiacomo come on down and take a bow. Could you please? Have our composer in the house. It's rare to have a composer. He's in the back. So glad you could make the trip. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Dave wrote that when he was 18, and he's only 21 right now. So years have gone by, but he's still the coolest guy. Came from the coolest family and the coolest school. So glad to do your music and have such a great time playing it. This next piece was written by another high school senior and happened to be in a neighboring town. So his teacher, Greg Kane, you might have seen a story about this piece. It's called Four Portraits by Walter Marshall. He's a senior at Canandaigua Academy. And Greg called me and said, check out this kid's piece. It's his first piece for wind ensemble. And so I listened to it. I said, oh, we got to play it. We're coming to Bloomfield. It's the next town over. And maybe he can come with his family. So I know he's here. And we've really enjoyed working on this piece by Walter Marshall. He's going to be going to SUNY Fredonia in the fall for a piano degree. He's a pianist and he's a trombonist in the school program. He's a great guy, too. So we're psyched to get a chance to play. I think it was premiered by the Canandaigua High School Band probably a month ago or so. So this is the second performance of Walter Marshall's Four Portraits. Walter, are you here? I know you're here somewhere. There he is. Congrats, man. Congratulations. And we're going to do one more piece by another young composer. This one's in our ensemble. Joey Stempian is going to be graduating from the University of Rochester in about 3 weeks. And for 8 semesters, he and I have worked together there at U of R. And he's written pieces for virtually every concert, a new piece, almost every concert over the course of probably 16 or 18 concerts, maybe more than that. And so he's a very prolific writer. He has his own big band, the Joey Stempian Big Band. They've recorded 2 CDs. They've done some live shows in this area. They were at Fort Hill a couple months ago for a CD release event. So he's already booking and marketing his own ensemble, doing all of his original jazz music, and he's written 3 or 4 compositions for wind ensemble. The most recent one, called Montreal Nights, was chosen as the winner of a competition, the winner of which was going to be performed at the Midwest Conference in Chicago in December, and Joey was able to hear that performed by a group from Texas. And he wrote this piece called Crest and Crown, which we performed earlier this fall at University of Rochester, and I asked him to conduct it. We were going to do it in the winter. We got a snowed out weekend, and then the rescheduled weekend got snowed out. It was that kind of a winter. And so we finally have a chance to present Crest and Crown from our bass clarinet section. Coming up here to the podium, Joey Stempian. Joey Stempian. I'm so proud of all three of these young composers. Amazing. At the end of the night, can I get the three of you guys together for a photo? They're three really, really talented people, and I'd just like you to meet each other if you haven't had that chance yet. We've got one more piece before we combine with our friends from Bloomfield. This is not by a youthful composer. It's by Leonard Bernstein. So, but he probably wrote it when he was pretty young because he was incredibly talented and gifted. Before we play Overture to Candide, which is one of the kind of Mount Rushmore overtures for winds, I just want to say thank you to Scott Hoffman and the community here in Bloomfield for welcoming us, and for the students for your great performances, and also for just being so friendly with us and so welcoming. It's a really great school. You can tell when you come in there's a really, really positive feeling in the building. So if you're from this school, you should take pride in that. It's really easy to see that. Thank you to Roger, who's back there doing sound and lights. He helps us with everything. Roger, we really appreciate you. I want to mention, I'll do a plug, that this is an ensemble that meets in the summer too, and we are performing at Fairport High School this year on Saturday afternoon, July 24th. I'm almost sure that's the right date, July 24th. Eastman Theater, where we usually play our summer concert, is closed this summer. So we're going to be at Fairport High School, 4 o'clock concert, and it will be air-conditioned. And this ensemble gathers in the summer for about 5 weeks and performs, so we'd love to have you there. And we have a Facebook page, Eastman Community Music School Educators Wind Ensemble. It's a long title, but if you find us, I always post where our concerts are. I want to thank the musicians on stage. Everybody here is so busy with so much, especially in the spring. Most are active teaching right now. Some are retired teachers. Some are doing work that's related to teaching, relating to music. So I want to thank all of my friends on stage for the dedication and the time and commitment they make to being together. There aren't many genres where you could get all kinds of educators from around the area and work so collaboratively and so closely and so intimately together. So I'm just blessed and honored to stand in front of them. I always say I have the best seat in the house. So thank you to all the musicians for everything you give to this ensemble. We really appreciate that. Thank you for coming. We've got one more piece, and then it won't take long. We practiced how to get on stage. It was a fire drill, but this time it'll be a well-oiled machine. We'll get everybody together for one more piece that Scott's going to conduct. Thank you for your kindness today, and you're welcome.
if you know Bill, I've known Bill for over a decade now, and a lot of the way I think about the interactions I have with my students, Bill is a generous, humble, just a grateful person who always has a smile, no matter what's happening. Bill's always he's there for it. So that's infectious, and I model a lot of the way I interact with my kids on that. So I want to say thank you to you for the opportunity. It's just a joy to be up here and to have this. So thank you again, Bill. And to all of the educators on stage, what a wonderful opportunity for our students. We are so fortunate to have, we graduate roughly 60 or 70 kids a year, but I have 140 students in my music program up here, and they show up every single day ready, and they will bend over backwards to make things happen. They're athletes. They're the best at what they do on the field, on the tennis court, wherever they go, and they're really, really talented, and they're the best at what they do in here, too. They had a track meet that was like 1,000 yards that way, and they rushed to be here, some of them in their track outfits, and man, I'm so grateful for them. And I really feel like if you give kindness, it's returned back to you, and that's the feeling that I get from these students every day. So I want to say thank you to everybody on stage for being here tonight. Thank you so much. And I'll again echo everything Bill said. Like, we just have what a wonderful, welcoming community we have here. And I say this every time I step on stage in front of everybody. So thank you to all of you for being here tonight. If you're from Bloomfield, if you're not, thank you for being here and witnessing and being here for this concert. Our custodial staff here, I just have to say this too. Man, not only did they move 120 chairs down here, but they set my band room up for me too. And I didn't even ask them to do that. So I want to say thank you to them. And Roger is like a saint back there too. So to our custodial staff and Roger and to everybody in Bloomfield that makes this stuff happen, thank you so much. I so appreciate you. And this is the part where Casey looks at me and gives me that face that says, "Stop talking, Mr. Hoffman. We should just play the piece now." So this is called The Spirit of Orpheus by Robert W. Smith. Thank you so much again for coming out tonight. We hope you have a wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoy this last piece.